Hey guys, it's Will from Tested.
And it's Norm from Tested.
Norman Chan, this thing right here has been in my house for almost 3 weeks now.
It looks kind of like a Bluetooth speaker.
It is a Bluetooth speaker, but it's also much more. This is Amazon's Echo. It's a new device that they're rolling out in a invite-only, it seems like a beta, but they're not calling it that. It's an invite-only rollout. The MSRP is $200, but right now they're selling it to Prime members for $100. And it's a Bluetooth speaker. It's also connected to the internet, and it's kind of a voice interface for similar to Siri or OK Google, but tied to Amazon's products and services.
It's Jarvis.
Jarvis
for your house. That's it. Sold.
It is Jarvis for your house 0.0001. So it's the very initial release. The thing that's different about it is it doesn't connect to other services or devices, just the same way Siri and Google, OK Google, don't connect to other devices as well.
So I have questions about this thing.
Okay.
First of all, what can it do and what is it good at?
So it does a ton of stuff. It can tell you the current news, weather, time, stuff like that. So you can say, Alexa, what time is it?
The time is 1:17.
Alexa, what's the weather?
Right now in Pacifica, it's 63 degrees with clear skies and sun. Today's forecast has mostly sunny weather.
Alexa, stop. Alexa, what's the news?
What's the haps?
Here's Will's flash briefing.
So you can set up news, weather, all that
news
stuff.
From TuneIn.
From NPR News in Washington, I'm Lakshmi Singh.
Alexa, stop.
The right...
So it'll run a daily news brief. You pick the sources you want. There's only a couple right now. NPR is one of them. I think the New York Times and CNN were the other two, but I don't remember. The one that I went with was NPR because it was a voice thing. I don't want big, long...
Islamist gunmen attacked the Charlie
Alexa,
Hebdo
stop.
offices.
I don't know what I said that it thought was the word that I'm not going to say, but it did. You can choose the news brief that you want. The weather you set up, you put the zip code for the area that you're at, stuff like that. You can also do all sorts of other things. You can ask dumb questions like you can to Siri. So you can say, Alexa, who's the 7th president of the United States?
I can't find the answer to the question I heard.
Wow, I missed.
Alexa, who's the 40th president of the U.S.?
The 40th U.S. president was Ronald Reagan.
There you go. Alexa, what's the capital of Afghanistan?
Afghanistan's capital city is Kabul.
Alexa, where is Lesotho?
That's a tough one.
Sorry, I didn't understand the question.
So there's limits. It's not as deep a thing as Knowledge Graph. Like you can't ask it how tall you have to be to ride the roller coaster in Santa Cruz. It doesn't know that stuff. It's generally good on stuff that's like in the first paragraph of Wikipedia.
Do you know where it's taking data from?
It's all over the place. It's their version of Knowledge Graph,
which is Google's database.
Google's database of facts that people might want to know. It doesn't know things like, Alexa, how many episodes of Star Trek, the original series, were there?
Sorry, I don't know the answer to your question.
79. Google's Knowledge Graph knew that.
And that's something I would expect Amazon to know because they have a database of products.
They have IMDb. They have a massive database of movies. Alexa, who starred in The Godfather?
The stars of The Godfather include Al Pacino, Marlon Brando, Diane
Alexa,
Keaton.
stop. You can play music. So, Alexa, play Jack White.
Shuffling music by Jack White from Will's Music Library.
So it's tied to your Amazon Music Library stuff.
Alexa, stop.
Bought from Amazon, but also because if you have Prime, there's Amazon Prime streaming.
And it also works with iHeartRadio. I don't actually have an iHeartRadio account because I think that's more of a European thing. But it ties into a couple of other services. I would expect if they continue supporting this for a long period of time, you'll see RDO and Spotify and all the other stuff.
So imagine this is something you put in your living room or your kitchen, and how does it pick up your voice?
So it has 7, well, there's a few more things it does first. It'll do shopping lists, timers, to-dos, basic stuff like that you can do with Siri on your iPhone or OK Google. It doesn't do reminders. It obviously doesn't do geofencing stuff because it's wired. It needs power. It doesn't have a battery, so you're constantly connected. It's also a Bluetooth speaker, so you can pair it with your phone, and you can just play phone music out of your phone. It doesn't do speakerphone stuff when you're paired with the Bluetooth,
if someone
which
calls
I thought was weird.
Yeah, there's a microphone on it. There's speakers on it, so why wouldn't it do speakerphone?
I mean, it seems like with this, so the microphone question you asked is interesting because it actually has 7 microphones arrayed in an array around the top edge of the thing, which is how it can tell where you are. So when I say, Alexa, from over here, the light's in a different place than when you say it over there.
Alexa. So it points to me. Okay.
So it points to where you think you are. yeah, the voice activation stuff, despite we've had a couple of hiccups here because we were talking over each other, it works really well in the living room, even when you're like, the TV's on or the radio's on, you're playing music on something else, people are talking. It hears the keyword. It sends a few seconds of audio on either sides up to Amazon's cloud server, and then it sends back the answer.
And the keyword right now is Alexa, which we'll let it recognize for
Stop.
a second. Stop. But is that the only keyword?
You can change it. You can change it to another keyword. The other keyword is Amazon.
That's it?
That didn't work very well. I really want to be able to say computer. I want to do the Google thing. Jarvis, whatever. It's all good. I just want to talk to it and have it be a voice that I choose and the keyword that I choose.
What's the range of the microphones?
I've set it up in other rooms, and it'll work when I'm in the kitchen. You can kind of shout at it, and it'll pick up, set a timer, or add something to the shopping list or something like that.
Does it change how loud the speaker is based on how far it thinks you are?
I don't think it does. It doesn't seem to. It seems like it sets at the volume that you have it currently set at. And you can adjust volume. You can stop, play, pause, all that kind of stuff using voice commands as well. It also has a remote. So this is a lot like the Fire TV remote, if you remember that. And if you want to use it in different rooms, say you want to leave the main device in your kitchen but have it in your living room so you can add stuff to your shopping list or whatever, you can press and hold the button on the remote and say, Alexa, add something to my shopping list.
What should I add?
And it knows.
Is
It's
that
a magnetic
connected?
base.
Is that Wi-Fi or is this Bluetooth?
This is Bluetooth to the device, so it has a 20 or 30 foot range, it seems
Okay.
like. This has a magnetic base, so you can hook it on anything that's magnetic. I just stuck it on the side of my fridge when I had this in the living room.
Makes sense.
But I think that this is more of a kitchen device.
So it's picking up stuff you say and sending to Amazon servers. How much is it picking up, and is it just ambiently recording all the time?
So it looks for what Amazon's FAQ says, for the paranoid out there, is that it's listening for the keyword, the Alexa or the Amazon. It didn't pick it up in the middle of the sentence, you'll see. Just like the Connect and Hey Siri and all the other stuff doesn't work when you say the key phrase in the middle of a sentence generally.
So you can talk about it, but not to it.
If you say the word at the start of the sentence, it works. If you say it in the middle of the sentence, it generally ignores it. So what it's listening for is that key phrase. And what Amazon's FAQ says is that it sends a snippet of audio from the moment before it detects the key phrase. Fraction of a second is what it says.
So it's always
listening.
processing.
Always processing, listening for the magic word. And then once it hears the magic word, it sends the audio until it thinks that you've paused long enough that the question's over.
Okay.
And it seems like it's doing the same thing that it does on the Fire tablets, where it actually is doing the processing as it's going rather than waiting for the audio to complete. So you frequently will get an answer literally the moment you finish talking.
Right. And that's, as more people use this, or as people search on Amazon, it's not like Google where people are asking Google questions all the time, but I assume that this is something that will get smarter and better.
It's pretty clear that they're using this to both hone their audio recognition. You can go through a series of exercises that will help it learn your voice better. I did that. It didn't seem to make any difference, but it started off better than Siri, not quite as good as Google's solution, it seemed like. Go ahead.
It's also a $100 Bluetooth speaker for Prime members right now.
Right.
So how good is it as just a speaker?
It's okay. It's not as good as my $200 UE Boom, Ultimate Ears Boom, the
terms of quality
one
or
in terms of
sound?
sound quality. It gets really loud. It gets loud enough that it distorts, which I think is probably something that they should maybe dial back a little
Right,
bit.
that's not good.
But it'll fill. It sounds great in the kitchen, which is where, again, I think that this is a kitchen device. In the kitchen, when you just want to have some music playing while you're cooking, it was really nice to just be able to say with your voice, okay, Alexa, play Jack White.
Shuffling music by Jack White.
Boy,
From Will's
you've
Music
listened to a
Library.
lot of Jack White lately, Will.
I listen to Christmas music a lot, so I hit the Christmas music playlist on Prime. Should we talk about the rooms that
Sure.
it goes in?
Yeah.
This is the question. They showed it in the demo video for this. They showed a kind of smug guy in a kitchen, in a living room, in a bedroom, maybe in an office, I can't remember. But he was kind of asking questions. It seemed like they had these in all rooms of his house. I put it in the bedroom, I put it in the living room, I put it in the kitchen. I didn't put it in the bathroom, I didn't put it in the office at home, I didn't put it in the kids' room. It seems like the bedroom, it's kind of overkill. You don't need it. You don't spend that much conscious time in there. I have 50 million devices that will serve as an alarm clock, including my phone. Doesn't seem to serve that much of a purpose there. And I have a speaker in there for listening to music. The living room was kind of interesting, but the place that it really shone was the kitchen. So the ability to play, pause, stop music when your hands are dirty is great. It answers questions that are useful in the kitchen. Alexa, how many tablespoons are in a cup?
1 cup equals 16 tablespoons.
So it's a place where your hands are occupied.
When your hands are occupied or dirty and you don't want to have
can't.
to touch your phone, it's great. I wish it was integrated with some sort of restaurant recipe service, so I could like get it to step through a recipe one step at a time. I assume that kind of stuff will come over time. It's also really good. The shopping list is great. So the shopping list, when you say, Alexa, add wheat bread to my shopping list.
A wheat bread added to your shopping
Okay,
list.
I said beforehand. But when you say that, you add it to the list, it then shows up in the Echo app on your phone, and that Echo app has all the stuff that we've added to our shopping list in a convenient form.
So this isn't tied to actual products at Amazon. Like it's
It
not
can
smart.
be.
Okay.
So if you tap into it, then you can see search Amazon for deli turkey, and it'll let you buy it from Amazon if it's something that Amazon sells. So if you say, Alexa, add the Fury Blu-ray to my shopping list. Alexa, add the Fury Blu-ray to my shopping list.
I
See,
put
I
the
asked in
Fury
the middle of
Blu-ray
a
on your
sentence.
shopping list.
So it's right there. It's already, it pops up. It's not spelled right, but when you search, it goes to the right place, and it'll take you to the app where
So
you can
it
buy
ties to
something
search on
directly.
Amazon, not to product actual SKUs or.
You can search the web as well, so you can search whatever you want.
Right.
But yeah, it's not. You can't buy a Blu-ray from Amazon
Just by asking.
just by asking. You can, however, buy music.
Okay.
So buy some music.
Oh boy. Alexa, buy the new album from the New Pornographers.
No, not the whole album. Oh well.
I can't find any albums by the New Pornographers album in the Amazon Music Store.
Okay. So the buying from the voice doesn't work very well. That was something I can't imagine buying music by voice. You have the normal return policy, so until you download it or open it or whatever, you can say, hey, cancel this purchase.
So his limited smarts right now is tied to a growing database that Amazon's trying to build. What other things can it tie to?
Right now,
Or in the future? Is there an SDK?
So there's no open API for it right now. A couple of people have looked at the JavaScript console that runs and kind of have reverse engineered some of the things that you can do from the web version of the app.
Okay.
And
So
then
you could. What have they done with that?
so they've kludged it together to work with like Hue lights, so you can turn off your Hue lights
That'd be
and stuff
really
like that. Like that's where I'm really excited about this because the Jarvis, like you said, Jarvis, and to me Jarvis is not hey add something to my shopping list or tell me how many tablespoons are in a teaspoon, teaspoons are in a tablespoon. It's hey turn off all the lights or
Change temperature.
Let me know when my wife's home or that kind of stuff. And if you integrate, you got to know when Pepper's upstairs because you get in trouble otherwise.
That's right.
If they had an open API that let people integrate into this and build, say, SmartThings apps into this, and Hue control, and home automation stuff, and Harmony remote control stuff, and all the different things that are kind of these pools of smart in my house, and integrate them all together, that would be great. If I could add it to my shopping list in Evernote instead of to their kind of janky app,
Right.
that would be amazing.
Right.
It's not like it's very clearly an early product. And it's cheap. $99 for a Bluetooth speaker that sounds like this. It doesn't sound quite as good as those mini booms, I think. I didn't do direct comparison.
You're kind of buying into a promise that this is going to be something that's actually going to be way more useful than it actually is right now.
I mean, here's the thing. My wife absolutely loves it. She loves being able to set timers just when she walks in the room without having to fiddle with her phone. She loves the shopping list thing. Like she is freakily into the shopping list thing. I don't know that it's worth $100, but if it continues to improve, then it could get better. And of course, it's also integrated with Fire tablets. So if you have bought a Fire tablet, then you can pass, like you can transfer news stories that you're listening to the Fire tablet. Doesn't work with with Amazon or iOS stuff right now, or Google or iOS stuff right now. But that'll come if there's a need for it.
Yeah, $100 for Prime members for a okay Bluetooth speaker. If you want to have these wireless features, I think it's an okay buy.
So the other question is about security and privacy.
Yeah.
I looked at the output of this thing with a packet sniffer. It seems like it's encrypted, so you can't, or it's either encrypted or beyond my ability to tell what's going on. Judging by the amount of data that's going out of it constantly while people are talking and making noise, it doesn't seem like it's sending a steady stream of data. It seems like as soon as the light lights up, it starts sending stuff to the internet.
And there seems to be a no microphone button on top. Can you disable its ability to listen?
There is a mute button that turns off the always-on listening light. The ring lights up red. When you do that, you can still press and hold the button on the remote, but you can't just saying Alexa doesn't do anything.
Right. Alexa, Alexa,
Oh,
Alexa, Alexa, Alexa. There it goes.
Alexa. Yeah, I pressed the button. So this is the Echo. It's a weird product, right?
It's named an Echo. The keyword is Alexa, and it's sold by Amazon.
I don't know if it's worth buying right now. I think it's neat. If $100 isn't a ton of money to you, go nuts.
Yeah.
It's invite only. It seems like it's about 10 days from the time you put your name on the list right now until they send you an invite. The invite's only good for 7 days. I think you have an invite about to expire.
I've already bought one.
Oh, you already bought one.
Yeah.
You're in.
$100.
Touch Jarvis.
Bluetooth speaker for the bathroom.
It's kind of like early Jibo. It's kind of the way I'm looking at
Gotta
it.
put some googly eyes on it.
I'm going to definitely put some googly eyes on it. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.